are limited in life not because of the situation that you are. You are limited in life because of what you do with your situation. In the world, you will have tribulation. He said, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. What do you do with your situation? Why sit here till we die? There is a situation in the land. And then the leprous men, they said to themselves, if we sit here, we will die. Rather, let us make a progress. Let's make a progress. And when they step out of their comfort zone, irrespective of the situation, irrespective of the circumstances, there was a game change. You are where you are not because of the problem you have. You are where you are because of what you do with your problem. What do you do with your barrenness is what will determine whether you become fruitful or you will remain barren. What do you do with your lack is what will tell whether you will remain poor or you will step out of poverty into prosperity. Isaac sowed in the land. Don't forget there was a situation. There was a severe famine. And the book of Genesis makes us to understand that this famine we are talking about is greater than the famine that happens in the days of his father Abraham. So what did Isaac do? He sowed in that land. And the Bible says the Philistines were envious of him. What limits you in life is not what you don't have, but what you do with what you have. Your situation is not the reason why you are down. Your problem is not the reason why your life is like this. Your life is like this because of the decision you make with that your situation. Because of the decision you made with your problem. In Luke chapter 13, if you begin reading from verse 10 down to 13, the Bible says Jesus went into the synagogue on the Sabbath. And to his surprise, there is a woman in that meeting. The Bible told us that he had the spirit of infirmity for 18 years. There are people who are like this woman who have issues in their life, and rather for them to step out, rather for them to go to the house of God, they will sit down at home saying that their situation did not allow them to go out. Here was a woman that was both together. The Bible says she could not lift herself. I want you to look at that situation very carefully. She could not lift herself, but despite that condition, the Bible says she was still in the synagogue on the Sabbath day. So while Jesus was teaching, she took note of her and said, woman, you are loose from this infirmity. You are limited in life not because of your situation. You are limited because of what you do with your situation. So talk to yourself, what are you doing with your situation? Are you also sitting at home with your situation? Are you also sleeping on your situation? Listen to me, nothing will change about your life if you continue like that. You got to stand up and do something. 1 Samuel chapter 30, the Bible told us that the people thought of stoning David. Why? Because every man's heart was grieved for his wife, for his children, for their losses. And they thought within themselves to stone David. But the Bible says David encouraged himself in the Lord. And then he spoke to God about the situation. And God made a way of escape. They thought of stoning him, but he encouraged himself in the Lord. You must encourage yourself in God in every situation. You must encourage yourself in the Lord in every problem. That problem should not be the reason why you will not serve God. That problem should not be the reason why you will not pray. That problem should not be the reason why you will forsake God. That problem should not be the reason why you will forsake and neglect your responsibility before God. Anna was a woman of many sorrows, a woman that is acquainted with much grief. The Bible says her rival will always see to it that she did not have a moment of joy. She always pressed her every day. But despite all this pain, despite all this bitterness, Anna was still going to Shiloh. Anna was still crying to God. He didn't allow her situation to weigh her down. What do you do with your situation will determine whether you will have a turnaround or whether you will remain the same.